Voter turnout at the polls for early voting set a new 4-year low. With polling places around the city, the numbers weren't stellar.
We turn to Charles Jefferson with more on what's going on. Charles, what's going on?
Yeah, thanks, guys. Early voting in Chicago began on March 3rd. Voters had 51 sites across the area to choose from, but even with those options, numbers were still low.
Early voting is the way to go.
Early voting numbers so far have been average to lackluster, according to election chiefs here in Chicago. In DuPage County, about 8,000 people voted early. The normal count would have been close to 11,000. The harsh winter we've experienced may be to blame. With the snow piling up in the sub-zero temperatures, many voters opted to stay home.
Because one day last week we snowed, I think we did like 16 people the entire day.
Others, like Nora Trust, say early voting is a great option, especially if you have a busy schedule.
Pretty much if I can, especially by being available here at House Harvey. I go on and vote, get it out the way.
Sonia Harper, outreach manager at the Growing Home Project in Inglewood, says the low numbers at the polls have been detrimental to inner city communities.
We've been not voting, we've been not caring, we've been not being civically engaged in what's going on in our communities. And look, what's the aftermath of that? Nothing has happened. In fact, things are getting worse. Violence is on the increase. Our schools are closing even faster. It feels like we're being pushed out of our neighborhoods in various ways.
Harper ran the Inglewood Votes campaign for the 2012 presidential election. She'll be doing similar efforts for the general election in November. She says that while this election may not have the glitz and glam as 2012, residents should vote early and often.
If you don't like the way things are, then do something different. If you haven't been voting regularly for the past 5, 10, 20 years or so, why don't you try something different and maybe we'll get some different results. You can't keep doing the same thing and expect to keep getting, and expect to get some different results.
In addition to the early voting numbers being low, election officials expect today's numbers for the primary to be low as well. They say primaries aren't as popular as presidential elections. However, the general election in November should be one to keep your eye on.
Awesome. Great, Charles. Thank
Let's
you.
hope people get at the polls.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks, Charles.
No problem.
Thanks.
In today's